What's good, everybody? I just want to motherfucking talk to you for a little bit, man. Got some shit on my mind. Like, I always got shit on my mind. I'm always thinking. I'm always studying, pondering, searching, trying to find secrets to life. What's real? What the fuck am I? Like, what the fuck is this, man? I dream and then I wake up and I fucking move around and shit. Like, what the fuck is it? I feel shit and like this. What is all this? Like, what the fuck is happening around us? What is Earth? Is the Earth flat? Is it round? Is it a fucking triangle? Is it not real at all? Is it just like numbers and shit? Like the devil. Everybody talk about the devil and like it's so, it's so freaky seeing like all these like demonic ass fucking movie stars and actresses and shit, like talking about killing each other in clone factories and shit. And it's, I heard a while back like they was gonna use the fucking Heart Project and the chemtrails and shit to make a godhead appear in the sky, And I started looking into shit like that because there was like some shit leaked from Japan, like some footage of like this city floating by and shit in the clouds, and like it was made out of cloud, but it was really fucking graphic, And I was thinking like, man, if that's all they would have to do, if they just made a big godhead pop up in the sky, everybody be like, yep, God's real, we're here, dog, we're cool. But like, God made the devil. Like it say in the Bible that God created the flat earth and the firmament and put the stars and the sun and the moon in here. And it say that he made everything. Like he was just at one time was just like the only conscious mind in the universe. He was just everything. Like he just existed in nothingness, Like if you look up through the sky that's blue during the day, on the other side of that shit, it's just dark. It's just black, man. The vastness of space. But I mean, I've really, really grown to not be as convinced about the vastness of the universe. Like it made me feel small and insignificant thinking like that. It made me feel panicked. Like trying to search for meaning, afraid like I was gonna die in this life and just my spirit would just twinkle out, I feared death a lot. Like I hold on to trying to have like to leave in some. I care honestly more about like how I'm remembered than I do my comfort. Like shit's fucking miserable sometimes, man, being the good guy. And I wasn't always the good guy, If I was always a good guy, I wouldn't know what a good guy was. But I care about my legacy, I care about what I stand for. I see all these, everybody that's blowing up in rap right now, like the top fucking 7, 8 people. They all like purple and pink dreads and just all who got who. Maybe it's some secret chant shit they own. I don't know, but bro, there's some real shit going on in the world. Or maybe it ain't. Maybe ain't none of this shit real. Maybe like we are God. Like maybe all of us are God. And like we was just bored as fuck, sitting around in the middle of nothing forever. Like, man, this sucks. I'm bored as shit, Like, what's my point? Why do I exist? What the fuck am I? And so we started, like, dreaming in different states, kind of. Like, you think of somebody who, like, goes insane, completely insane, loses their fucking mind, Or do they? But, they'll get lost within their own psyche and just fucking... It'll fuck up their capability to function, and they'll psychologically snap. And then there's the dream state where who knows what the fuck's going on there, man, a dream. What the fuck is a dream? You know? Where the fuck is that happening at in my head? Why can't I dream while I'm awake? You know? But I don't really think we can depend on anything we could ever learn from other people that's been passed down, or who, you know, however you want to look at it. Like if the knowledge you believe in came from some well of material, if it didn't come from you yourself, or like you didn't go like talk to God and he told you this shit personally and gave you some evidence more than John Smith had, you know, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, because like you give somebody a little bitty piece of some kind of truth and you bury it in all kind of different variations of it with lies tangled in, and then you make up like fucking maniacs go around telling the story, then you contradict that story, then you reinforce this. Like, man, everything has been fucking twist and turn, but you think about like, okay, the devil's teaching us everything backwards. So like he teaching us the same shit God would teach us, but backwards. But hold on, so God made the devil though, and made him perfect. And then the devil turned bad, even though he made him perfect. What was perfect? Like, you know, what the fuck is God say? Like, what's his opinion of perfect? If he thought like Lucifer was perfect, and he tried to take over the whole heaven and like ended up convincing a bunch of them to go with him and shit, like how you created him. You know, like you created everything. So he is you. Like God didn't create anything. He just started separating himself into things, you know? Like inventing things, like just like how you can sit and invent a scenario in your mind and think about something. And like if you imagine something long enough, like that'll be where you fucking like live, especially if you're in a, you know, a lucid state, like a coma, you know? Or fucking like what we think of as like homeostasis or some shit like that, like a long-term sleep cycle. Like what if this just is like, you know, what if we plugged into the system, man? Like this, the Matrix and shit, all that shit you see in movies is way, way more real than you think. Like they showing us real shit, or are they? Or are they just reinforcing the bullshit more, you know? Like it's maddening, but like I just gotta look at my surroundings, and like I don't see like how the stars and all that shit would look exactly the same all the time, exactly as they always have in the same spot every night and shit. If we're flying through space, through the universe, you know, eventually it seemed like them stars would like all move and be in a different spot and disappear altogether, maybe, and be replaced by new constellations as we flew through the infinite cosmos eternally, you know? There's all these strange things happening. Don't get pulled into something when you see it and it's convincing right away. Like, don't just get pulled into it and be like, this is facts, because there's 10 things that'll contradict that, and then 10 things that'll like confirm it, and they're all compelling as fuck. Like, now I know what my dad made me read the book of Ecclesiastes for. Like, even though I've always argued Christianity with my dad, not argue so much as like me tell him different theories, you know, like, Dad, aliens are real. You know, I figured it all out this time, man. Fucking aliens are real. They came here. They made us, man. We're like a fucking combination of the monkey people and them. And then they fucking flooded the earth and killed off all the monkey people. And that's where God came in, you know, and blah. He'd be like, that makes a lot of sense, man. And then the next morning he'd be reading his Bible. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, man? You know, we just figured out like it was aliens, not God, you know? And he's like, oh man, I can discern what's real and what's not, and what might be and what might not. He's like, it's the wisdom I pertain from it. And I can discern, you know, something good from something bad, is what he told me. Like, I can tell if the shit's good or if it's bad, dog. Like I know right from wrong, son. And I was like, God damn, you sure do, don't you? My bad, man, my bad. And all of the knowledge I possess, like, or at least the tools I have to go look for knowledge, and the things that made me wonder, made me curious, and the things that made me a good person. The reason I can't just be like fucking Gregory or Milton, those two gangsters, Milton and Gregory, fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. Y'all ain't got no warrior in you, man. Like, I am a warrior, and I got no hate for y'all. I actually respected both of y'all. But both of y'all want to talk all this shit and act so superior, to everybody and everything. And then, like, just disrespect me when I put my time and heart and effort into this. And, like, it just shows what a coward you are, what a little person both of you guys are. So, I forgive you, man. We're all just people, man. Like, everybody quit holding people to such a high standard and shitting on people and judging everybody else. Like, man, just shut the fuck up, man. We're all in a fucked up situation here on Earth. Like, we don't know what the fuck Earth is. We don't know if we're all the same goddamn thing. None of us even has any individuality. Maybe that's why we try so hard to separate from one another, Like, the only thing Ecclesiastes says, it's like, all right, through the whole book of Ecclesiastes, like, this dude, he's got like all the privileges, his daddy's like king or some shit like that. So he's like, he can do whatever he wants, and he's like got all this money, so he just ball out, and do whatever, he can live life like that, and then it gets to be unfulfilling, so he gives all of it up and like lives in poverty and shit, and then he gets tired of that, and he's like, then he earned his wealth, and then he realized, like, no matter what he did, it was vain, because if he didn't deserve it and he had it, it was vain. And then if he earned it and acquired it, then once he got it, there was nothing to pursue, and it was vain. Like, if he left a fortune to his son who didn't earn it, that was vain. But if he didn't have a fortune to leave his son and his son grew up poor, that was vain. And he was like, all is vanity. All is vanity. Just eat, drink, and be merry to the best of your ability, because no man can know more than what a man knows. I strive to be something more than just a man, Like, I strive to be inhuman, I strive to be alien, like Nikola Tesla, like Leonardo da Vinci, like Jesus Christ, like Elvis Presley, Robert Frost, like Eminem in his earlier years, man, before he was corrupt. Like Tupac Shakur, like some of these brilliant minds and poets, like William Shakespeare, Edgar Allan Poe, these people who came and left like a message that continues to echo through history. Like, that's how important their words were. When we don't even know what the fuck a word is. Like, what is a word? How do we know, like, how to use them and how they, like, what the fuck is really going on? Y'all don't ever feel like you're just like a little fucking person inside yourself? Like, I'd be like, move left arm, my left arm be moving and shit. And I'd be like, how the fuck am I doing this? And then I can realize, though, like, I'm having to tell myself to do it. The other day I was walking through the house and boom, I kicked my toe. I said, ow, and there was nobody here. And I immediately said, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, why are you screaming out? Nobody can fucking hear you. What's the point? And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, wait, who said that? And I was like, you did. And I'm like, now hold on. Which one am I? Am I the one who said ow, or the one who asked myself why I was saying that out loud? The voice of reason or the voice of instinct? And what if one isn't like your spirit or your soul? What if it's a goddamn, like, Invasion of the Body Snatcher scenario where, like, your soul is actually this fucking entity claiming it's God, like clinging onto your subconscious to live through you, like demonic possession or some shit, man, but in a more physical sense. Like, I see people in these churches like drunk in the Holy Spirit, like, like, what if these motherfuckers is just drunk in demonic possession, What if it ain't nothing, like, what if there ain't nothing that discerns the two? What if, like, God is the devil, anything, like, benevolent or divine, that the ether, you know, as Tesla put it, like the ether that is the electrical energy and everything. Like, what if the sum of that is like Shiva? You know, the just electricity. You could think electricity can have no fucking like opinion on good or bad. A lot of us all have like varied opinions on what's good and what's bad. You know, like some people be like, "Oh, that's horrible," and you be like, "Ah, ain't that big," you know. Now that's fucked up. And they be like, "Ah," you know. So everything's subjective. So like some people like that are evil. Like I wonder, like, how do you do evil shit? How do you do evil shit? Like, man, I'm fucking so like fucking kind and gentle to shit, like sympathetic of like everything that feels, you know? Like people just be like just rodents, and I'm sensitive about rodents and like insects and shit. You see somebody just like going fishing and like just like just for sport, you know, just like ripping these animals all to pieces and shit, eating them and like not even just wasting them, just kill them for sport and like pretend you're gonna eat them and cook. Like it's fucking barbaric to eat flesh, man. Like the more and more I think about it, the more like fucked up I realize it is to eat flesh. Like this, you know, just like the veins and vessels in it, like just it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting, man. Like I don't even think we really need to eat that much. Like I really don't think we really need food. Like I think we need the electrical energy that comes from the food. You know, we need things more rich in that, like grapes and fucking raspberries and like kale and raw greens. You know, like we're part of this earth. Supposedly we're created from the same shit the earth is. So like it would seem we need like the same. Like we need to reconnect to the earth. Like we up here like just eating each other's flesh basically, because there's no difference in an animal's flesh and your flesh unless it's like some shit they cloned in a laboratory now, you know? Man, y'all could think I'm fucking crazy, I'm sure. But like what difference will it make what you think, you know? Nothing matters, man. Like there's so many rumors and speculations and theories about religion and enlightenment and like this Kundalini chakra, third eye, pineal gland phenomena. You know, what if that is a trap? What if consciousness is a trap? Like I feel like the DMT that they say your pineal gland releases. I watched this shit the other day. It's crazy. Like the sulfur, not the fluoride. I mean, the fluoride that they put in our water and in all of our food and our fucking toothpaste. Like I brush my teeth so much, and it's like a fighting battle with like enamel. You know, I'm like, why the fuck? And somebody like, you been brushing your teeth too much and too hard. I'm like, nah, bro. It's not that. It's like the fluoride in the toothpaste and in the water causes like breakdown of bones and tissue and shit. And here we are brushing our fucking teeth over and over and over and over and over and over. And this motherfucking shit's like fucking our teeth up the whole time. Like, they like said that shit in a battle. You're like, why when you leave the dentist, they give you a sucker? Like, come on, man. I don't even go to no doctor, no dentist, nothing. Fuck that. But it don't even matter now. Like, they supposedly got like these shits that's in like McDonald's food and shit. These little nanobites that like fucking, once they're inside of you, they're like that. Like the code, the chip they talking about putting in your arm, like they could fucking control you, like send signals to that shit. Man, it's just so much that I fucking pulled from. Like so many scary things happening right now. I saw that they could put the Godhead in the sky, and then right now there's all over the world Godhead popping up in the clouds. People thinking it's revelation, calling Trump the savior. I want to believe that this is the first time the government has been in the hands of somebody that wasn't like ancient bloodline Illuminati shit. I want to believe that shit. That would explain why a puppet like the Eminem replacement clone oh my god, like it's so obvious that like if they're not really doing this shit, they're trying so hard to convince us they are, you know? And it's a constant contradiction because I'm like, all right, if all that's real, all the rap shit, they're all like, there really is demons and bad juju and witchcraft and shit, like, then there has to be an opposing energy, right? Like, there has to be a God. You can't be afraid of the devil and not believe in God, you know? But there's so many different gods, you know? So many different gods and interpretations of God. You know the name Lucifer is only mentioned in the Bible one time? Only one time, man. And, like, there's a lot of times in the Bible where it's hard to tell if it's mentioning Jesus or the devil, you know? Jesus kind of was a holy, divine entity that popped up on earth, you know? The devil got cast out of heaven, the angel who fell from heaven, you know? What if Jesus was Lucifer? He disappeared for most of his life. He popped up, started turning wine into or water into wine and walking on water and healing the blind. Like, shit sound like witchcraft to me. They crucified him, supposedly and allegedly, for being a blasphemous and having made like a fucking pact with Lucifer, you know, with the devil. I guess if I don't know if they called him that then, you know. I feel like there's so many different names. Like Azazel is the actual devil. Azazel. I got all into these sigils, man. You know, and I started thinking about my own legacy and existing beyond my time and how to manifest, you know, how to manifest things. And this symbol just came to me that it is my picture that I attached to everything now as my official like signature, and I drew it out of thin air. Like, I've never been able to draw anything creative. I don't know if that came from another time, like I remembered, you know, or if I invented it to give that, you know, substantiality. Like, it's aggravating, man, and I feel like it's kind of exactly like Ecclesiastes says that, like, if you eventually have all the answers, like, you'll realize there's no fucking problem to solve. There's really just nothing. Like, infinite nothing, exactly like the first couple of lines in the Bible says. Regardless, man, we all gotta try to respect each other, treat each other as we would want to be treated, really. Like, that's more than just a saying that sounds good. Like, really, the way I feel pain of other living things. Like, if somebody's like going through shit, like, I'll feel bad for me, not just like, oh, it sucks for them. Like, I'll literally feel that shit like it's happening to me, you know? And I always wonder, like, why? Like, why do I give a fuck what's happening to him? Like, my little brother's a dick, man. Piece of shit. As soon as he's in trouble or hurt, I'm like, oh, man, you know, like hurt and worried, gut-wrenching, like, scared, man, like it's me in that situation. And why? Like, why do I feel that shit? And it's like, just because I'm closer to these certain bodies, but I feel that for all living things. So it tells me that, like I probably am all of those things. Like, we all are each other. And if we were truly, like, deeply connected to our consciousness, we would all be tapped into the subconscious cloud. And we would all realize we're one greater body that does this and lives like this to purposely, like, invent something to care about, like the end of the universe. This is just a scenario we're acting out in the Matrix. Like Jim Carrey's been saying. And I think a lot of things are, like, layered with lies over truth over lies to, you know, differentiate the difference. But he said we're like all a big field of energy dancing for itself. You know, just a conscious mind that just wants to be entertained and have just enjoyment and meaning, you know, like we all want as humans. Because God feels exactly like we feel, human. You know, he hurts, he cares, he thinks, he wonders. Like, I don't think there really are any answers, man. I think at the full state of like opening your mind and opening your third eye, that's purposely fucking, like I was saying, it pulls this fucking fluoride out of your blood, and it stores it all right there on your pineal gland. It's the only place in your brain fluoride can get to, and at your pineal gland actually pulls it out of your blood. And you can see it on a CAT scan. Like, if you go look at a CAT scan, you'll see a white dot in the very center of the picture. And like, that's the calciumated pineal gland that they keeps it fucking like an eyeball covered in a fucking, it can't see. Like there's literally like a fucking thing in your brain right here that's got the same like exact makeup of an eye, It can sense light right here. That's why like sunshine wake your ass up, You get serotonin released in the morning. You see the sunshine and you feel the warmth in it. And it's like all a bunch of crazy shit, man. But what if you open this motherfucker up, boom, you're God again. You're like, God damn it. Fuck, man, I was just having a good ass dream. Why'd you wake me up? That ever happen? Lies.